Good evening, this is Tenerdus the Human, and welcome back to our Crusader Rebels campaign here on Medieval 2 Total War. And you join me with Khalil al-Abbas as he pins down the Crown Prince of Egypt, al-Adil. Now, this chap over here is the one last time who was at Jerusalem for, well, whatever that battle was. Philip didn't make it out, neither did William Longsword either over in Tanta. So, yeah, not the best day for those chaps, but they were a little bit disappointing, it should be said. But Khalil, oh no, Khalil, he still fights, but he's got to take care of the cavalry that obviously ran off from that battle, and Ghazis, which they might have just cobbled together from some random force. Nonetheless, these guys are a little bit tricky, but ultimately Egypt are looking in a pretty weak position at this point. Ascalon is under siege. We have ourselves 1.5 stacks besieging that, just some random forces. We have the French person over here taking on Al-Zahir. That will be fine. Over in the east, Beni Hillal is under siege for about the 8th time on this series. And Cairo is finally in sight. There's also subway over here. There we are, yes. We're moving over there with Lashing Kavur onto the bridge, and I think it's around here-ish. We'll go and take care of that before long. Tanta under siege already. Domyat will soon be attacked by sea, thanks to, yes, the coward from episode 1, Euphedios Angelus. I say coward. I mean, to be fair to him, it was a pretty tough-looking affair, but he did run away, it should be noted, and his men saved his arse. So we'll send him in and he can try and regain some glory. Elsewhere, by the way, I'm not even sure we talked about this very much, but yes, of course, we did pick up huge piles of Byzantine troops. Now, okay, we could ship them immediately north to go deal with Venice, and Venice are the other little issue we've got to deal with before the Mongols turn up. But I think we're okay. They're not really super strong or massive armies, but we do need to just pull ourselves together here. We're a little bit disorganised after last time, so we'll have to end term before we can organise all of that. However, to start off with, we will head into the French person over here who needs to take on what is probably the most full stack looking army in the field, albeit it's a pile of Ghazis and Mutalwabis, which I did horribly pronounce, but there we are. Basically, we've got religious units against religious units and 2 generals who are going to try and kill themselves at all costs. I'll be honest, I'm quite enjoying the catapults and mangonels, so if they kill us, that will be amusing. But hopefully we can keep at least one general other than Khalil alive. It would be nice to take someone on to face the Mongols, especially this guy is actually young enough where he might be alive to see it. Khalil, probably too old for that. So yes, let's head on in. Al-Zahir over here with this lovely army. There's a few gulams, but otherwise it's mostly catapults we need to worry about. Well, we do look pretty well placed here. They've got themselves a little valley in the middle where they could just lead us into because we are the attackers, but no, they're going to come forward and get themselves killed. So that's absolutely fine by me. I'm just going to leave a few units back here with the general, but in general, I'm going to try and get some cav out to the flank here, just because we do need to get around the back. In fact, I will send this lad as well, just to try and deal with those guys. So get yourselves running, my good sirs. They're going to get absolutely slaughtered. I mean, we've got ourselves the perfect little hill spot here. Crusader Sergeants in the centre as a backup. But yes, plenty of archers already shooting on in, he says, probably just about shooting on in. Oh, we do have big flamey things, which are mostly exploding in random places in the middle of nowhere. That killed a lot, by the way. Wow, I didn't realise just how good they are when they actually hit. Look at that splash zone. Not a good day for those lads, no. Okay, fine, we'll get on. We'll get onto the mangonels quickly then, shall we? Now, the mangonels are quite interesting because they are a unit that I should have a little look at, actually, in bringing into the main game. Maybe we need to do a bit of modding. Sometimes it's a bit complicated when it's a unit that's crossing over from DLC, but it should be fine. Should be able to make that work, you'd think. So we'll see about that. Anyway, we got the bodyguard over here. He's just going to hopefully ignore us. I hope he's just going to ignore us. He's not going to ignore us, but if nothing else, we've got these guys distracted, which is a good start. So you guys pull out of there. These might as well just all shoot into the general. And yeah, we'll just continue to run off. And hopefully we'll cause them some trouble. The rest of the army is coming on in. They are now, yeah, somewhat surrounded, which isn't particularly good if you are these guys. Lovely stuff. Okay, so bodyguard is somewhat distracted. He's dropping down some of us, but not too many. You head into those Ghazis. Quite frankly, This isn't going to last too long, is it? I think my archers are... No, they're not on skirmish. We're absolutely fine. So yes, they're going to head on him. They're going to get themselves killed. We're going to skirmish with the general. That will be fine. Apart from this guy who isn't actually a skirmish unit, Thomas. But it's fine. He can just run off back this way. Okay, so it looks like immediately these guys are going to be in a lot of trouble over here. Here's a big axeman running on in. And by big, I mean he's hit by a horse. Run down by a horse. That's what we all need in the afternoon. Okay, yes, and we have ourselves plenty of silly little religious units fighting each other. Absolutely magnificent. Classic there. Take a screenshot. Now, I probably should pay some attention to the battles, so I'm going to go and tell everyone to start swinging into the rear if they haven't already done that, because, yeah, the battle's kind of already gone my way, hasn't it? I think it has. Tell these guys to come charge down the general. We might let them get away a little bit as we pull this general in. Actually, you know what? We'll cav in on the general. I think we'll be absolutely fine. We'll go and finish them off momentarily. I think we'll just get him surrounded, get him slaughtered. His army is not doing well here today. No, it is not. But what has he still got, by the way? 39 bodyguard. Okay, but with the rest of his army fleeing around him and cav surrounding him, I don't think he's going to last too long. He'll probably be fleeing pretty darn soon. So yeah, let's just get on top of him. We do now have the unfortunate situation where we've just let a few too many get away, whereby they're actually regrouping just a little bit. So just bring all of our cav into the general to make sure he actually does get chopped down. We're going to lose way too many Turkomans, but it's fine. We have more for that job later. We'll keep our unique units that we can't really retrain too easily. So we'll get the general in there. Hopefully he won't get himself killed, but you know what? He might, and it'll be funny if he does. So we'll just get all our infantry running forward. In fact, to be honest, guys, you can kind of just run sort of along like that. Yeah, just come and join us, chaps. It'll be fine. Now, is the general going to die? Hopefully he won't. Let's just see him do some good chopping. Yeah, I think we got this guy under control. But he's done a lot of Turkoman kills here. An awful lot of them. Maybe we'll just leave the general to do that. Yeah, grab the rest of my Turkomans. Just get them to start pulling out. Leave that to Mr. Jeffrey over here. Or whatever his name is. Oh, yes, French person. Yes, his name is French person. Excellent. Okay, the general... our general's slightly getting stuck here, but some of his guys are committed to defending him, so that's absolutely fine. Yeah, I think at this point, general is just trying to flee, and I don't think that's going to go very well for him. Infantry's now arrived. Charge on in, chaps. Charge on in, and I think this should be over before too long. He is officially fleeing. He's officially dead. Thank you, French person. You did a great job there. Actually took someone out without dying. I did throw you into the fray a little bit, but the job is done. Now, I've been calling him French persons, but it's almost better. It's France Poissonnaires, which is marvellous. And he did a little bit of damage. Well done to him. You actually didn't die. And with that, then, he actually has himself a little bit of command, promising attacker. Very nice, sir. So, yes, you can refresh that army, and you can move this way. You know what? You, sir, can go deal with this guy. We do have some more cav here. We'll send it to go and reinforce you. In a moment, you'll be absolutely grand. Yeah, we'll send them with you. That'll be perfect. Now, elsewhere, what is it? Yes, Khalil Alabath. Time for you to head on in. Now, there is a reinforcement army. It's worth bearing in mind. That could be an interesting one. You know what? We're making a night attack. Let's do this mano. It's a beautiful evening. We have ourselves a gorgeous farmstead to defend, and so did they. Well, this is less of a farmstead and more of a death camp. This is what I'm calling it anyway. Actually, it's very nice. It's a very nice death camp, it should be said. Although it does have a bit of a horror face on the building there. If you do see faces in buildings, this one is screaming at me right now. Absolutely magnificent. Are they going to come to me, by the way? Indeed they are. They're going to their death house. Hopefully we'll be burying their souls here tonight. But we are actually on a decent little hill over there. Very nice indeed. And you know what? I will send some of my Mamelukes over to that hill instead then, if that's the way they're mainly coming round. Yeah, we'll send 4 of them over there. But a beautiful, beautiful battlefield for what will be a bloody night. It is well worth bearing in mind that we have ourselves a very cavalry-heavy army over there to deal with. So, Yeah, we are going to double up on some of these spear militia on the flanks, but that does mean it's all the better that we have ourselves this beautiful farmstead over here, because over here in the non-def camp we can at least block it off with a lovely wall and some Saracen militia. Sadly, not playing Empire Total War, we can't get arquebusiers over here. Well, arquebusiers, definitely not what you use on Empire, Thomas, but anyway, we can't use our medieval equivalent behind this wall, but one day they will indeed come on in. Our cavalry do a tiny bit of skirmishing. Oh, there are the Turkomans, indeed. That's who I just want to get these guys taken care of. That'd be absolutely magnificent. So shoot down the hill at those guys. Let's make sure their missiles are gone. Let's keep this nice and simple. Interestingly, these Turkomans are charging full pelt. Well, not anymore. Over at these guys. Excellent nudes. And I think we'll mop them up quite quickly because we are indeed Mamluks. In this army, Khalil brings the good guys to the fight. Although there was some good experience in some of their cav, worth bearing that in mind. So we'll hopefully break them before the big charge comes. You know what? I'm going to say, you lads, just pull out of that one. Just pull out. Now, flaming missiles coming on in. They are flying forward up the hill. Now, we've actually got the Gulams in the middle. But there is one thin line of spears right at the front. So hopefully that will do the job. Oh, we got charged over here because I wasn't paying attention. That's a bit of a shame. You go and help them out, please. That'd be absolutely lovely. Hulam's taking on our spears on this flank. Just what you want to see. Flaming horses. It's a flaming horse. We've got ourselves an end card. Okay, and Khalil is... They're just going right around the back for him, aren't they? Interesting. Is that my Arab cav? No, it is their Arab cav. Let's just bear that in mind. Okay, Khalil just turn around, just face up against those guys. Now, as for you, get on top of those Gulams, lads. You can win that battle if you get stuck in it for too long. These cavalry are just going to deal with these guys, and in general, yeah, they're not doing too much actually against this front line right now. I'm going to say, all of you, try and pile through and reach these guys if at all possible, because I quite like you to try and hit these lads. Now, they're against spears, they're not going to do too well, but I wouldn't mind getting the route if at all possible. Yeah, there we go. Okay, running through the units often does break them, but they are holding pretty well. It's a good general here. Right, let's bring all of my cav back behind the line. Let's get everyone in the actual line here. Saracen militia, get yourself over here. Oh, the flaming arrows are pretty and slightly terrifying. Dismounted Gulams up against our spear militia at the front, or a Saracen militia, I should say. We should probably, though, start to pick a couple of you just to shoot at specific targets, actually. So yeah, shoot at the bodyguard. We do need to whittle him down. I would say that's probably the main thing we want to be focusing on. So this is get all the cav actually getting into position here. I think I've accidentally put them on to walk, so they're not making it very quickly. It's fine, but yeah, at some point we actually just want to make sure we're behind this line here. You guys are also doing similarly stupid things. Don't get yourself killed. Had to get themselves killed. Get yourselves over here like you're supposed to. The archers will do the job on them if you just let them do their job. Thank you, sir. Right, that's the other bodyguard. He needs to go down. So, he's going to come charge into spears soon enough. That's fine by me. Get on top of those Gulams. Get on top of those Gulams. Get those Gulams shot. Now, as for you, that's the general. Shoot him. Right, at this point, ooh, they've smashed right into our spears over here. But I'm quite happy with that. Get the second unit, just backing them up. That'll be absolutely fine. Right. At this point, they're going to come in and pin them. Bodyguard down to 17 already because he's hit some spearmen like an absolute noob. Fool. Turn it into, yeah, changing to him instead. That's looking better. You, get on top of him. Start chasing him down where possible. Some of my Mamluks have been taken out, but there's some very good cavalry in this army. It is raining arrows down on the general's bodyguard over here, and that hopefully will put pave to him. And they've got a few infantry at the front here fighting. There's just a few Ghazis. That's absolutely fine. I'm going to change over to fire. We could change over to fire just to be dramatic. Yeah, let's set him on fire. Why not? Let's have a crispy crown prince for dinner tonight. Did we kill him? No, he's still there, Thomas. That is us currently chopping him down. That's absolutely fine. So, let's just start saying, Mr. Spears, start pinning that bodyguard. I don't think we need to worry too much about that. Got the rest of our cav over here. You know what? Come and join in. Come and join in. Crispy horses. And I don't think he's going to last too long in that melee with the infantry. I'm going to say, Mr. General, Khalil, bring yourself forward. Get yourself through the lines. I'm going to say, Gulams, just start flying down that hill at this stage. That'll be absolutely magnificent. And just one of you get over there. That'll be fine. General is now fleeing. He is now, I think, running away. Khalil, get after the bastard. I can see one flaming horse, but it's not the general, sadly. This one is running away. Last few. Yep, there we go. He is fleeing, and I think he's going to go down before too long. Missiles. Don't worry about that anymore. I just think you're going to get yourselves in trouble. Khalil! Oh, yeah. I think actually it might have been an arrow that did it, but I'm going to say it's from Khalil's horse himself. Excellent work, sir. Job is done. Did we kill the other guy too? We did indeed. Al-Hafiz. Yeah. Sorry, there was too many fun letters in there. I couldn't really quite cope. Anyway, we've lost a fair few, but this is a decent force to pick out here. And we're about to hear the wonderful la 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 of the song. So that was for all of you. And let's chase down whatever we can. Sweet nectar. Yes, if I just kept my cavalry behind the line and just let them pile in, it probably would have been better. But you know what? It's fun to use our horse archers where we got them. We can retrain the Mamluks anyway, so I'm quite happy with that. Well, over in Adana we're going to get an Explorers Guild, but you might hear some drowning sounds, and that's because, yes, our ships are getting sunk by an Egyptian fleet. There it is. Okay. So annoyingly, that one is picking us off right now, which is a bit of a shame. However, it does look like it's not going to manage to intercept this boat, so that's something, I suppose. There's a few extras actually coming over. Some Byzantine cavalry, absolutely magnificent. Over here in Tanta, this is the Crown Prince. I mean, everyone's Crown Prince these days. For Pete's sake, let's just kill him. Marvellous stuff. Sack the settlement once again. Do some merging, and with that, you know what? I don't know. We'll just get some buildings built here. Yeah, get a merchant's wharf. Now, large town ready to upgrade. We are continuing, by the way, to just give upgrades constantly. Pretty much everywhere has like a full building queue. I actually don't quite have room for that fortress upgrade. Well, no, I do. I can just replace it with that building. Absolutely magnificent. So yeah, everywhere is getting important things. Alexandria with ballista towers. They are not taking that back now. Absolutely excellent. Okay, so with some other little battles mopped up then, what are we doing now? Khalil could head over here, but that's not really the most exciting battle, no. The only thing is he has lost his army a little bit, so maybe he does need to just get on with that siege for the time being. I know that the others are going to arrive. It's fine. In time, that will get replaced as a situation, but I'm going to send this army, this boat over here, and maybe we can just get someone sent over sooner, because I've got, yeah, some reinforcement Gulams. Yeah, that's the kind of thing I need. A few of them can come and reinforce our good friend over there. So yeah, Khalil will get himself plenty of new forces before too long. In fact, I'm pretty certain this army is supposed to be doing exactly that kind of a thing. So yes, let's just get these guys moving in that direction. I think that army was exactly that, a nice replacement force. Although there are some Mamluks over here who probably should be joining in as well. Yeah, a few extra of those lovely lads. Now, we do seem to have a few extra, yeah, that's maybe not the right force. Nope, that's the wrong force once again. So I mean, there's a load of random armies here that are just, you can see what's been happening here, because yes, all that's happening is this guy's getting kicked around this town, and I'm beating him up with random forces. So one day, we might actually manage to kill them, but it is a little bit silly. This reinforcement army is now being slightly battered. There we go. So this random force can just go and hunt him down. The French person has met up with this army, Al-Haka infantry. Very nice indeed. Okay. Now, more importantly, before we go and pick off them, Venice, heading towards the bridge. Interesting. That gives us time to organise our forces here. We can start to pin them in. Up in the north, though, we do need to deal with Venice, who have managed to ambush us on a river crossing. I generally don't know that I've ever had this battle set up before. I didn't actually notice this river was here, to be honest. They seem to have crossed over it, and unfortunately it means that we haven't managed to pin them on these rivers. However, they are going to come in to attack us on this crossing, so let's head in and let's see how this goes. well, just like all ambush battles, we have ourselves a classic column here, but they are not surrounding us at all. No, they are, well, as you might expect from a river crossing, they're at the far side of the river, which is interesting because this is also not a river. What is this? We don't have a river, we have an isthmus over here, which is bizarre. It should be said, a little bit bizarre. Right, well, anyway, we're going to get ourselves into position here, get our infantry along this area, archers in behind, etc, etc. Are they going to come on in? Because they have trebuchets, by the way. That could be a problem. You know, we're going to send some of the inexperienced lads over here. Let's just go and get these moving. Can we actually cross this thing okay? Yes, okay, we were able to cross. That's good. No, not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. I want them to shoot. There we go. I wanted them to shoot over there, but unfortunately they are actually just getting themselves killed at this point. Get yourselves out of there, you utter gibbons. Right. Well, it turns out the isthmus does work, even if there isn't a river here. That maybe explains why you could barely see the river on the map. This is all very, very strange indeed, but we have at least managed to pull the general forward, which is good because he can immediately die. Oh, very nice indeed. So yes, let's just get all of these guys over here. Get yourself off skirmish, thank you very much. And all my archers should be shooting at the general, thank you very much. Okay, yeah, you get yourselves down here, Mr. Spearmanisher. Maybe just come and cut him off. That'll be magnificent. I was just going to go and shoot the trebuchet a little bit with my horse archers. That was really the plan, to be honest. Not sure that it's actually worked out, has it? Nonetheless, the general is indeed gone, and I think he's trying to flee through us because that's what you do in an ambush battle, damn it. So yes, weirdly, ambush battle, we don't have him surrounded. Well, we're not surrounded because it's a river. Now we will have -3 morale for being successfully ambushed, by the way, but obviously, yeah, it seems like we've already killed him. So interesting ambush battle, this one. I have to be very careful where I click on this, because if I click on certain spots they won't move. You see, they're not really moving across the isthmus at this point, are they? Now we're going to try and tell them to shoot, but actually quite sensibly they're deciding to send their cavalry, and when I do that, they're mounted crossbowmen, by the way. Very nice indeed. We'll have them shot down. I don't even know how to talk at this point. Mounted crossbowmen are indeed fleeing. Let's just try again with the trebuchet. If indeed it fails the first 7 times, might as well try it another 3 or 4. It looks like they're starting to budge, but we'll have a go. I mean, as you can see, the clicking isn't working all the time. At some point, we might actually be able to shoot the men in this unit, which is kind of what I'm aiming for. Perhaps unsurprisingly, they're now just shooting flaming shots straight at these lads instead, which is probably going to go very, very badly. So go to loose, try not to stand in the river. This guy actually is in the river. Are you okay? You okay, Mr. Horse? Luckily, this river doesn't exist properly, and for some reason he's got an elevated green thing, so he gets to live for some unbeknown reason. I think we'll just crap ourselves a screenshot as he runs away. Fair enough, lad, fair enough. Let's get the next guy in. This is very silly indeed. Well, as per every one of these battles, we now have to go deal with the mounted crossbowmen as well. This is not really working out, is it, lads? Probably say it isn't. Okay, I tell you what I'll do. I'm going to go and send some of my cav, not the general. Yeah, Byzantine and Armenians, you come and charge across the river. We're going to go and deal with this the old-fashioned way with chunky... Okay, one day we might cross this... Can we? Does this river exist or not? That is truly an eternal question right now. And a bit like the earlier battle we had, where the river didn't really exist properly. I imagine that they're not attacking me for this reason. Also, can't help but notice, guys, that, yeah, there's the catapult attacking us. Are they now fleeing properly? No, they're just moving themselves back. Fine. Okay, so they're fleeing. These guys haven't figured out how to cross the river yet. Yes, on that one we just scared them and the battle just ended, and I don't really know what happened on that occasion either, but I have a feeling that they can't cross for some reason. Like their clicks aren't working, but occasionally it is. I mean, a couple cavalry crossed, but yeah, a bizarre battle, it should be said. And our cavalry have indeed cleared off their catapults and things, but yes, they have largely been wiped out, unfortunately. I mean, might have to try and just get our army across the river. I'm going to try the rest of the cavalry first, just see if that works. But if I can find a way for them to listen. Oh, it did work for a moment and then they clicked off. I don't know. It's all very, very silly. Once you've got them across the river, then it's kind of okay. We can get them over here, get them onto loose, start shooting in, give them a Cantabrine circle because why ever not, eh? We got them. But yeah, some of them, oh, there we go. That's the next unit. One at a time, we can slowly make our way across this river. Some of them like to go for a swim. None of them died, so that's good, I guess, as well. Yeah, you get on top of those lads. And let's just keep on trying because God knows I really should have turned the timer off for this battle. It's taken a fair while, but we've actually managed to get some infantry across the river. Absolutely magnificent. Let's see if we can actually get some archers. It does really need to be one unit. One unit, finding that perfect little spot. Perfect. Okay, let's just start running at them, I guess. Might as well do it that way. Let's just start coming on in. Are we just going to run immediately? I guess we do have low morale, don't we? So I think that is probably what's immediately happening here. So these guys have run away straight away. We can now, presumably, I don't know, let's send the cavalry in over here instead, actually. Get on top of these Pavis crossbows, if at all possible, since we've run out of missiles. You might as well make yourselves useful. Archers over here, I mean, only get so many units over the river, so we might as well try and use them however possible, for Pete's sake. Oh dear, it's an utter nonsense of a battle. Right, so they've all ran away because we have no morale in this battle, obviously. Let's just see if we can get this over the line one way or another. We just need enough of our archers to make it, basically. So keep sending archers, and one day we might see victory here. At this point, then, we are doing some very, very big damage to them. Are they fleeing? I think they might be fleeing at this point. We're just going to try getting on top of this unit, if nothing else. Lots and lots of archers here at this point. We just get the Cilician archers, or the Armenians of Cilicia, over there. These guys have fled, even though they're just mopping up routed units, which isn't particularly competent of them. But we're just about going to get this over the line. This godforsaken nonsense of a battle. Get the general running. You might as well come and join us. There's official victory. All Gav, get on in. Be useful, all archers. I don't know what this was. Let's never speak of it again. This battle was indeed the most rare and glorious of fruit. What a strange battle. Anyway, with that, apparently, we've managed to win a little ambush on the river, which has never happened before, and I'd quite like for it to happen again. Now, this army is about to be ambushed a second time. They failed. Okay, we're going to just step back and withdraw that. Oh, you withdrawn too. Could have withdrawn to the river. That would be much better. You know what, it's fine. We'll deal with him later. We've got this guy to deal with first, although we maybe just keep him pinned in for the time being, and we'll leave the job to Kilich Arslan, who's supposed to be the guy doing the business. Well, on to the next turn then, and Khalil Al-Abbas has got himself onto the bridge here on the Nile, just waiting to see if anyone wants to make a move. Subway is under siege thanks to Lachin Kafur, who is hopefully going to head on in there. Sultan Saladin, actually. Ooh, maybe we should be leaving that over to Khalil. Well, he can't make it right now, so assuming he doesn't sally, we'll leave that one to him, and maybe we'll let this lad move over to Cairo. Very nice indeed. Ascalon's still under siege, by the way, as is Beni Hill's camp. But aside from that, yes, it's about Venice over here, who haven't done any real movements, which suggests to me that we're about to have a second bridge. No, it's not a second bridge ambush. There we go. Okay, he could have done it, but he didn't choose to for whatever reason. Okay, very nice. So, how can we do it? This is actually a bit awkward, isn't it? Oh, indeed, they've made this awkward. Well, you know what? I will keep people where they are for the moment, and just keep on penning them in a little bit more. Yes, get yourself over here. Get yourself over here. Now they have nowhere to go. Well, then next turn we are just going to move Khalil straight on in over here, and that means that Cairo, yeah, we're going to bring you over here, sir. Now we're just going to see if they want to take the bait. I'm going to put this guy in behind as a bit of backup. We'll just see if they want to come in against us. Dumyat over here will continue to siege that. We've got an army on the bridge. We've got more backup men hanging over there. But as for Venice, yes, they are trying to walk away. And I think this might be one of those days where we just get people in for as big of a dogfight as we can possibly manage. So. Oh yeah, we've got everyone in here. Let's take them down. In we come to battle then, and we have a ludicrous amount of units into the battlefield here, and the game is gonna bring them all in. Absolutely magnificent. And we do have 2 archers up here. I don't believe there's any way for them to get around or down this cliff, so they're here just to, I don't know, be fun and block off anyone who wants to make their way over here. I think they're entire... Bloody cliff. Yes, I think they're entirely stuck up there. But anyway, I kind of like to put them there, so that's what we've done. Now, as for their army, they're all down here by some lovely, lovely ruins. Probably ruins from them trashing the place, to be honest. The bloody bastards. Venice need to go down. Now, as for reinforcements, yes, do appear to be some right at the top of this cliff, do there? Yeah, there we are. That's some of ours. Now, some of these reinforcements are going to appear right next to each other. Now, this cliff appears to be in the way, yes. So we've got some Turkish javelinmen just running straight here. Maybe stop, lads. I don't know why you're running so fast. Just maybe defend this exact spot. It's going to be magnificent. Oh, lovely. We'll just see what they want to do coming towards us anyway, but this is a fun position. Let's speed this up. Let's see how this particular little... Oh, it does not like me speeding up here today. You know what? Yeah, just everyone be aggressive. That'd be... I told them to be aggressive and immediately they stopped. Why would they stop at that moment anyway? I probably should have told them what to do. Just maybe shoot out, guys. Yeah, you just do you. That'll be absolutely fine. So, oh, these are more Turkomans. Of course they are, right. Yes, they're the Venetians over there. Oh, right, fine. So, yes, these guys are all coming in at very strange, confusing angles, but this is why we've got this battle going on, damn it! Now, as for the main army, they're running up the hill towards us. It kind of looks like they are indeed. There are some things happening here today. We can press the button here just to kind of make things clearer for you. There we are. Lovely stuff. And with that, yeah, I guess they're getting a few flaming shots coming in. Who are you, by the way? These crossbows? Oh no, won't be having any of that. No. Into those lads, and all of my Turkomans. Yeah, you just get yourselves in. That'll be absolutely lovely. So yeah, these guys are going to have themselves a bit of trouble. We're in a nice hill position here. Even if we're not these guys, I don't think they can shoot. They can try, but I don't think they can manage it. Yay! They got smashed by a Gav. Pull yourselves out of there, my good Alani friends. And the same over there. You've double routed them. Very nice. Okay, so down here there's some kind of battle. This is what this battle's going to be like, by the way, guys. It's going to be absolute cocking chaos. So I'm just going to tell my entire infantry line to just run and hit this bodyguard, I guess. Likewise, these guys, you come and hit the trebuchets. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. What about the reinforcements, by the way? Here's more chaos, more mailed knights. We can, of course, kill off the faction by winning this battle here today. So if we kill the generals, that's what's going to happen. Over here, there's a third ding-dong going on. I guess their army's split in half. Half of them back over here, meeting these reinforcements. So yeah, we're going to lose an awful lot of units for no good reason here today. Lovely stuff. But yes, they're decently composed little armies that we've got here. Or quite big armies, it should be said. Right, where are we? We're mostly making our way over to the Hill of Doom at this point, which is what I asked us to do. Now, General is somewhere. I think I told everyone to attack the General, didn't I? I think so. Let's go and get my General into this as well. Grab these archers. They're shooting at something. Not sure what, but it's fine. This is a fun. It's a fun battleground. I mean, this cliff's a bit ridiculous, but I love the fact that we're entering from both sides of the cliff. There we are. There's the General's bodyguard. We'll send him over there. Get our General over there to help as well. We've got some Turkish javelinmen from that reinforcement army over in that part of the world. Oh yeah, this is absolutely magnificent, sir. Magnificent stuff. Yeah, get your unhorsed knights shot down. We'll shoot them to ribbons. These guys have indeed fled. That's because they were trying to run straight through the infantry line. they hit Crusader Sergeants. Bit of a shame, but that's just the way it goes. Looks like we're overrunning them in general, as you probably expect from 4 armies against what is 1.5 or so. General over there. Now I'm going to send a detachment over here just to try and get on top of this guy. He'll probably get himself killed anyway, but it's worth bearing that in mind. As for this General McGee over here, some town militia intercepted them from the other army. 50 odd, 56 men. Wow, that's a chunky lad. Let's get ourselves onto aggressive, my friends. On to aggression. And the general's over there. Charge him down, sir. Charge him down. As the music dies down, it looks like the infantry have arrived at their general. As of our general, by the way, who's sort of getting stuck in the middle of all of my men. Yeah, there he is, right there. So, I tell you what, Mr. General, get yourselves around to that flank and we'll try do a bit of a charge. It probably won't work, but it's absolutely grand. Mostly they're being killed here. 56% to our 22. It's something. And yeah, I think we're just struggling to get the angle here because he's pushing through us. I'm going to say get our arch. Maybe not those guys. I think they can do anything. We'll see what those guys try and do as a result of that. General, I think it might be time for you. Yeah, down to 18. Get yourself in there. Try not to die. Blow the Horn of Destiny. You'll probably catch yourself on all of my men anyway. And I was hoping at least a couple of them would just clip the side. I think a couple maybe have. There he goes. He is fleeing. And with that, that's perfect. Chase him down. I mean, it's very unlikely he'd get away in this particular circumstance. You've got to admit. But yeah, he is currently trying. Down to 1, down to dead. Oh, beautiful. And with that, I don't know who else is left. This guy's still fighting back here. Yeah, all my men. All my men over here. It turns out this guy did it for me anyway. So at this point, I guess we're probably done, aren't we? Are they finding their way down? Oh, well, there was a way down. Genius, lads, genius. See, I wouldn't have thought this would quite be crossable, but apparently it was. And the game doesn't generally let you deploy in areas where you can't climb down, in fairness, but it's not always obvious in that kind of situation. So, well done. Well done, you get to join the battle eventually. You were there in a good auxiliary position, but just look at the carnage. This is absolutely magnificent. I have no idea where the enemy are. There we go. That will be why, because the battle is over. And this is probably a good situation where I'd really like Search and Destroy from Age of Empires, but sadly they didn't put that into this game, in spite of the fact that this was the early noughties, and Search and Destroy buttons would be pretty darn typical in RTS games. It'd be quite nice if we had that. We don't. It's going to be a little bit of a wingle-wangle to try and finish off the last few units. Luckily, we bought 3 more armies to do all the murdering for us. The victory at last. Kilich Arsalan managed to well, get a few kills. Basically, it was very nicely shared around, and that should, I think, be the end of Venice. Down he goes, and down he goes. And whether or not that was the last 2 family members or not, I think they only had those 3 armies anyway. So there we are. Long live the glory, and with that, Venice are destroyed. Magnificent news. And with that, really, yeah, we're in a decent little position here. You, my good sir, I don't think you're going to arrive in time for the war, so you might as well get yourself onto watchtower duty. He'll be doing that for a little while, I would probably imagine. I don't know at his age if he's going to manage to make it, actually. 38, I don't think he'll make it to the Mongols' arrival. Bit of a shame if he can't, but you can lay a few watchtowers down in the capital region, or, you know, Constantinople. But in general, I probably just need to start organising my units. Well, over in Egypt, then, we do have ourselves an interesting one. They pull their forces out and about. I'm going to go down the bridge in this part of the world. I'm going to continue attacking into this slab with the reinforcement army. And yes, okay, that should put us in an interesting position to, I'm going to say, should we just put it under siege and see what they do about it? Are you going to come attack us on the bridge? Are you going to come attack us at Cairo? I don't know, but either way, the follow-up will be down to our good friend here. Now, Khalil, of course, is going to have a chunky old battle in Subway. But we'll get a few more ladders and towers before we finish that one off. We'll be down to 3 turns, down to 1 turn. So yes, it's probably here we'll see the next conflict. Ooh, actually, before we do end our turn, we've got ourselves a nice opportunity here. Some pirate ships turning up just in time to hopefully take out that ship wherever the sod he just went. Seem to have lost him into the deep blue sea, but yeah, we've got more boats over here. Actually, we'll go send them over to pick up these Rhodes armies, because I guess one day we need to move them across. We've got a full stack of Byzantine cav and a full enough stack of Trebizond archers to join the party. But we'll just get people shuffling along, and okay, indeed, Cairo, they're going to take on the reinforcement army. Now, we could just accidentally take the city here, which would be funny, but there's a good chance we're just going to die. So we'll let this lad do his best. He's got camel riders to take on. Not the best first army, but the second army could catch him out because, yeah, they are their strong units, as well as the 18th Crown Prince of Egypt. As the battle begins, we do have ourselves a decent hill, and down there are the reinforcements. That could work incredibly well for us. It's not quite so good at the start here unless we can kind of claim the position. So we're just going to send our cav immediately forward just to see if we can cause them a few problems and just basically charge straight on into them. So yeah, pressing loose probably wasn't the most sensible thing if we're trying to catch the guys, but I think we're going to immediately rout them anyway, and that should buy us time to get where we want to be on the hill. We do need to keep a little eye on that side of the battlefield. So I'm just going to actually put these 2 guys over here, grab the rest of them, and make them come over here for this army, and that should, I would imagine, be okay. Having bought us time to get into position, then I'm quite happy at this point just to pull my cavalry up to the hill here, where they're going to have a lovely, lovely time of it. Mamluk archers going to get shredded by ours. They do have reinforcements coming, but they do seem to be shuffling across and around to join up with their friends rather than deal with us directly, which is probably for the best, because it just means that I have more time to take up these guys first. Quite why the formations ended up quite as wonky as it has, I'm not 100% sure, but it's kind of fine where it is, so I won't really muck around with it too much. The first army look like they're in fairly bad shape, so I'm just going to go bring my cavalry around the flanks and we'll finish them off, I guess. They are immediately fleeing as soon as we actually arrive, and I think the whole entire force is about to fall apart. So I'm just going to tell these guys to stop shooting, then we can actually get them into position. Looks like most of them have fled immediately. We'll just make sure we're on top of most of these guys. Yeah, now you've rearranged and get on top of those gulams. We actually did have a couple breaks there, but we've broken quite a lot of their force at this point, so I think that's okay, to be honest. I don't mind accepting a few losses on our side as well. Just get the archers to finish these guys off. They're not in a great position down the hill, and by and large, yeah, we can just turn these guys around. You get on top of them, and the first army would be gone. The second army is still miles away, quite frankly. First army is officially gone now, so I guess we're going to rearrange ourselves over here. Down goes General McGee, slapped by a horse, as often happens, unfortunately. So yes, let's get ourselves into position, chaps. Something like this will be absolutely perfect. Interestingly, the reinforcements don't seem to be coming yet, but that might be because the last guys only just fled the battlefield. So at this stage, I'm quite happy just to grab my forces together. I don't want to go all the way down the hill, but I wouldn't mind just... Why is it not enjoying it? Anyway, formation's been stupid, so maybe we'll just stay here for a little bit, see if they come to us. And eventually I got bored of waiting for them, so we have indeed sent our cavalry all into pile into theirs, as ever we do. And we will just eventually win that, I guess. And eventually, yes, indeed, the general is going to come on in. And I think at this point we should probably just make sure everyone's ready to turn around. Yeah, because in comes the bodyguard to take them down. That's a bit of a shame. You get yourselves into there. We'll grab all of our archers to shoot him. If indeed they can. Unfortunately, they're just losing range. No, 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 sir. No, sir, no, sir, no, sir. All right, these guys are starting to close in. Let's just get them on top of that bodyguard, and we'll just see how this goes in a moment. So yeah, they're going to come on in. We're mostly spearmen anyway, and our cavalry's just riding alongside their general right now, which is quite amusing. So yes, in we pile into the back of these guys. They're probably not going to like it, but they are quite chunky lads. So yeah, big hit into the back of Mr. General, please. Absolute plow. And some of the camels arrive just to intercept them. But the camels will be quite helpful here, just in the sense of, you know, causing a few morale debuffs, which is kind of what they're there for to some extent. So, okay, we're mostly doing the job. Just to make sure that archers continue to shoot on in. Plenty. There we go. Down will go the general, you'd hope. If indeed we can. That's the wrong general. Is that our guy? It might be a noble death for Steve over there, but down goes the general. Very nice. Bodyguard's gone. That's another crown prince gone. Of course, at this point, get the cav to start swinging across. The Mamluks are giving up as well. And with that, oh, you've given up, even though you had them entirely surrounded. Well done, lass, well done. Some of my guys might indeed be falling apart, which is hilarious because we'd actually already won the battle, basically. So we'll just send some arrows in. Make them flaming arrows, lads, make them flaming. And hopefully we'll break them eventually. You'd like to think so, seeing as we've mostly already won the battle. Camel v camel, that sounds like a good battle for us here. And in comes some fire. We're actually going to finally clear these guys out. I mean, they are the Tabaderia. They're very, very good indeed, it should be said. They are their best units. But it's fine. Their missiles are slowly doing their job. Camels coming in to set these guys. That's Saracen militia. They'll be fine. There we go. Mostly now they're gone, so we'll finish them off. What a gawking mess. All right. We're still not army to take care of on the bridge for Lachin-Cavour, but his, well, he wasn't needed for this battle. Indeed, his deputy, albeit he's dead, did a pretty darn good job, but his strategy on the campaign map, oh, that was stellar. A heroic victory for Captain Shashin, who got himself killed, but did a grand old job overall. It doesn't look like it's doing too well, but to be frank, it was an impressive victory. And I would say hilariously we managed to get Cairo, but kind of rudely the game isn't allowing that to happen. That's not cool, sir. That's not cool. Well, I guess we'll finish off today by taking care of this army. I wonder if we can do that or not. Should we? No, let's head on in. Let's do this. Well, one day they might well start walking towards us very, very slowly, but we've chosen our champion. Here is Steve, the Desert Cavalry lad. And hopefully they're just going to challenge us to a 1v1 because that's the way I plan doing this battle. Anyway, we do have, by the way, an excellent hill here. So are they going to send one horse? Are they going to send a lot of horses? I'll be honest, Steve, it's not looking too good for you. There's quite a lot of them over here. But we'll give you a go. We'll give you a go. Who's right at the front for you to charge into? Peasant archers. You know what, sir? We'll give you that opportunity. So in we ride then, in we ride to battle here. It's a beautiful sunset, and it is the sunset of your life. 120 of them, and how many is he going to kill with his magnificent charge? Oh, look at that, 12 lads dead already. Well done, sir. Well done. If you can make it out of there for another charge, by all means, you're welcome to do it. That's why he's our champion. God damn it. Oh, lovely stuff. Okay. So we'll get ourselves off of that just for a moment. It looks like the cavalry might be coming up instead. Yes, get yourself up there, sir. Get yourself up there. So they might shoot him down if we're unlucky about it, but you should have the opportunity here just to stop. And, oh no, the cavalry's coming in. You're supposed to have a charge at the art. They don't know how champions work. All right, Steve, you get to have your chance to live. Steve will get back behind the lines and everyone else. Start guarding ourselves here. It's going to be charges ahoy. And to be honest, they're going to run up this hill. I suspect we might actually be able to win this because they're not going to put themselves in the best position, are they? Not really. Not really, no. So, okay. Well, we'll shoot them down as much as possible. There's a catapult over there. Now, I should probably send someone to go and deal with that. Here I have these 4 over here. These 4 over here, I think they realise what I'm doing because they've seen Gulams immediately over in this part of the world. We'll just let everyone get on with their battle here though today. We're just kind of on guard mode, well, actually technically not on guard mode at all. But we're going to see if we can go... Stop running into us! We're going to hit that catapult if it kills us, and it's probably going to kill us because there are units trying to intercept. Come on, into them, no, yes, no, nope. No, they gave up, they got themselves sniped. That's a shame, that's a bit of a shame. So, I reckon, let's get our camels in to try and help here. Ooh, crispy camel for dinner tonight. Even Tesco doesn't stoop that low, my friends. Oh, charge down. I see a Battle of Hastings here. Let's go and throw ourselves down the hill. It hopefully isn't premature, but here are even more camels. So apparently they really want to serve camel up today. Yep, seems like we pretty much shredded them already. Let's just keep on pushing down the hill. You guys, get on top of them. Make sure that they are in trouble. And yeah, if we stay close enough to all these guys of our cav, they are not going to regroup. Oh my, I think we've melted them. The proverbial cheese has arrived, and its name is Egypt. And indeed, they run like children, scour them from the field. Oh, lovely. Steve at some point died in all of that. I don't know what happened to him. Sadly, he's somewhere on this battlefield. If someone was paying attention when he died, then I'd love to know what happened to him. Is it this guy here? I don't know, you know. No, that kind of doesn't look right. Anyway, he died doing what he loved, which is, you know, slaughtering Egyptians. So, with that done then, we can... Oh yeah, we have more camel over there. So we'll finish mopping everyone up. Don't have to worry about the camel riders, but the rest of them can all be gone, and this will be Cairo falling to us, and that's largely the game right there, actually, isn't it? It will just be the Sultan who needs to be taken out next time, and a couple random towns. In the end then, there we go, Egypt have lost their capital, or at least I assume Cairo is their capital. What a glorious victory. Indeed, that was an interesting one, but okay, fine, we're not quite going to finish yet. We do indeed have the battle I was anticipating for this end turn, which is Beni Hillal once again. Cue the music. It is an ominous looking occasion here, isn't it? Look at that sky, absolutely beautiful. Well, you know what, I'm going to just give myself a little bit of a screenshot for this here one, because I think it's quite lovely. So have a screenshot of that sandstorm in the pink. Oh yes, and as people arrive, that also makes it quite fun. It's absolutely lovely. Now over at the castle itself, it's looking pretty good these days. It's up at a proper castle kind of a level. Very nice, lads, very nice. Not quite as compact as the Northern European one, of course, but nonetheless, we're going to be shredding them almost straight away. As you can imagine, we got all the horse archers in the world. They are pretty darn battered already. So indeed the plan then is just to get all the Turkomans around the side to keep them very, very distracted, and we'll just run into people with our cav, I don't know, hopefully cause chaos. We'll just run through them. No, they're going to rout. It's a shame, but they do like to occasionally give up. Nonetheless, the Turkomans are just going to pin them in gradually, and we'll just get these guys to run through the back, because these guys seem to have done the job, which I actually planned them to do. So, do you want to go in and just run through the gate? It seems like the plaza's open. Yeah, you know what, lads? Yeah, you go and take the plaza. That'll be amusing. So whilst they go and do that, because apparently everyone just leaves the gate open on this here game, yeah, we're going to just allow everyone else to slowly turn inwards. And that's not going to go very well for them now, is it? No, it's really not. We've obviously got our archers back here anyway. Our cav are back into the game. Very nice. Turkomans keep on getting in. Are these mostly archers now? I think they are mostly archers. On that note then, we'll get these guys to pile on in. And we have indeed captured the plaza. Excellent. And is the gate going to open for them? It shouldn't open if we're too close. So, oh no, it is going to, because, oh, boo. Anyway, we're being oiled now because crispy camel isn't enough. Deep fried horse is also the other name of the day. But there we are, we'll take that. This isn't really the most efficient way of doing it, but at this point, might as well have some fun. So we'll just get all of our horses just to mop up whatever there is. Not an awful lot at this point. Get the generals some fun as well. You get on top of those desert archers. Infantry. Yeah, pile on in, pile on in. Get yourselves forward, lads. Now, how are we actually doing, by the way? Have we actually managed to... We're still on the plaza, but they've got some units rushing back now because we got the Bannekin. Oh, you've got to love it. So, yes, these guys are back on the plaza. Kill that camel. Now, of course, this isn't Rome, so they actually need to, you know, get enough strength power on the plaza. Damn it! Damn it, damn it, damn it. There was enough in those guys to turn it around. But we're going to try and hold anyway. Let's get all units onto this plaza. Oh, they won't let us. It's a bit of a shame. Bit of a shame. We don't have the gateway fully under control, but we'll just keep on. Taking these guys on. Down goes the general under a beautiful, beautiful sky, and with that, victory is ours. I guess there's still some guy outside who's desperately trying to get back in. Not sure this one lad is going to save them. No. So I'm going to get everyone else just to kind of come in and just murder him. There we go. Beni Hill is back under our control. And with John of Johnville's quote there, we can sack that and maybe finally end the day. Victory! Oh! Yes, we don't have to hold our territories for 10 turns, unlike everyone else. Sod you, everyone. We claim victory in the name of the anarchy. But yes, we will continue playing, of course, and we will immediately say no to that Thieves Guild. Excellent. Now, I'm hoping the game doesn't kill me when Egypt die, because there is one situation here I need to be careful of, which is, does the game kind of half count Mongols alive until they arrive? Like, do we need to keep Egypt alive as a little pet? That might be what happens here. I don't know. He's 54. I don't think it will last that long. You know, hopefully we'll get the chance to take on the Mongols. But if the next episode's very, very short, you might know why. We've currently got the Egyptians' last 3 settlements under siege, so we can at the very least head in for some stupid battles next time anyway and clear them out. But with them gone, it will be attention turned to setting up for the Mongols. You'll notice that I do have castles in all of these places. I'm just making sure we've got them built up. I probably will let the Mongols do some attacking just to make sure, you know, put some small forces in to make it fun. Obviously, I'm going to have all the money and armies in the world to take care of them because everyone else is already done. But we will continue to get as many upgrades as we can in the meantime. So places like Van, yeah, get yourself your upgrades. So I'm just going to lower our music here just for the end music of the episode to come along. Technically, though, we do have ourselves victory today. Look at all of this magnificent stuff being built everywhere. Heraklion, oh yeah, build yourself lots of beautiful things. Lots and lots of beautiful things. And with that, yeah, I would say we're looking very good here to deal with the Mongols, but we do want to do things properly. We do want to finish this off officially. So we have claimed technical victory here today, 62 regions, including all the ones that we need to have. However, yes, we do just want to finish those guys off. It could be very interesting indeed. Normally you get some very silly battles against the Mongols. So we'll finish off Egypt, and then we'll try and build up to the Mongol invasion and get ourselves some kind of perfectly built armies, at least relatively speaking, some nice armies, some fun armies. But we'll also try and leave a few castles with limited numbers in, just to try and create some interesting battles. But well, that might be scuppered if Egypt die first, and I don't think the game will kick me out for that, but it might. You never know. For now, though, I will leave you. I'm Thomas, this is Nerds the Human, and this has been the great, great Rebel victory from Khalil Al-Abbas. Thank you, and tally ho. Flaming horses! It's a flaming horse! No one would stand in the way of the Reich! No! My archers. Sorry, look at this guy. I don't want to die. But of course you shall, my friend. Oh yes.